do they normally say? Can't be black. We haven't even launched the black kit. We've only just lit. They're idiots.
Welcome to the Tactics Talk for Huddersfield versus Leicester in the Carabao Cup. Phil, obviously, we did one last week talking about the game against Sheffield Wednesday. We were unpredictable what we were going to start, but I think this game now is going to be a bit different to what we started against Sheffield Wednesday, do you think?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think the big debate, maybe, which is going to be interesting to hear what Leicester fans think, is, you know, it is first round of the Cup, isn't it? It's the League Cup. I mean, people my age love the League Cup because we won it 3 times in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. We had some great times at Wembley. It was as good as we could ever get for Leicester at the time. So there's 2 ways of looking at the Cup, isn't there? Is like, let's go for it, or let's rest players and concentrate on the league. And that's part of the debate. I guess we'll see what people want to do, isn't it? We've had a winning start in the league, play Preston away on Saturday. You know, a win, and a win in 6 days. We're all happy.
Yeah, you're right.
But, you know, if you make wholesale changes, we saw Ipswich last night got beaten by Bromley.
Yeah, I know. I did see that.
You know, nobody wants that. Ipswich had a bit of a poor start away at Birmingham and then lost to Bromley. Yeah. I'd rather be win-win-win.
Yeah, I get that. And obviously, I wrote a bit of a quick team prediction down so I can write it down ready to go.
You've been thinking about this?
I have been thinking about it.
Well, you're meant to be doing some real work, like, you know, Leicester stuff. Look, let's have a look. He's been spent out. He's probably spent the last 3 hours working on a team. I'm going to do this on the fly.
I wrote this about 2 seconds ago.
That's all he thinks about is Leicester.
But what I'll say is the team I've kind of written down, even though there's a few changes, I still think it's clearly winnable.
Well, yes. Which we'll come on to, is give them a run out, get some miles in there.
I'll get that. We'll get into the teams then. We'll start with you filling it into the defence and obviously goalkeeper. Who are you picking? Because obviously we had Stolicic in goal, now Hermanson's left. Do you see the likes of Begovic coming into the team?
I wouldn't tonight. Stolicic is a young lad. Let's give him as many games as possible. I know there'll be some changes in this team. For me, I would put Stolicic in as much game time as he can get. He'll want to play every game because he's a young lad. So I would 100% start with him for me and keep him warmed up, ready to go.
I think the one position.
What about you?
I think the one position that you don't really mind not changing because he doesn't do too much, like up and down the pitch and whatnot. He's literally just in goal and does what he needs to do when he does. I get the point of Stolicic. I think we've maybe put Begovic in for the cup games. So for me, as much as I probably want to mind Stolicic starting, I'm going to go Begovic if he is on here still. But yeah, Begovic for me, I'm going to put in just because I think they're going to be there for when we need backup.
I get that. Fair enough, because he's come in as a keeper. He'll want to get a bit of game time in and play. That part of that will be, you know, you sign a player and say, look, we're going to give you some of the cup games, so you'll still play.
Yeah, I
get that.
I'm not opposed to Stolicic.
I'm not opposed to Begovic, but I would just say get him as much game time as possible. It'd be interesting to see what fans say. If you want to comment in the comments who you would go for each of these players we're going after, then let us know. Would you stick with Stolicic, give him more experience, or would you switch over, give him a rest? I don't think he needs a rest.
I don't think he needs a rest.
It's more give Begovic a bit of time.
Yeah. Again, I don't
pull on the shirt.
I think the only reason he's probably come in, as much as he's maybe the goalkeeping coach in a way as well, is the fact that he's come in to be a player. He's not come in just to be a coach. So for me, in these sort of games where I think again, he doesn't need a rest, but just give him a few extra game times. Otherwise, if he doesn't get into the cup games, he's not going to get in at all, really.
So that's one position picked, and we both disagree.
Yeah, I won't say disagree. I'd still take Stolicic in goal. Going into the full-backs then, obviously we saw Luke Thomas and JJ play against Sheffield Wednesday. Are you thinking of any different changes there?
Well, I'd probably put Hamza in for one of them.
Yeah.
Because Hamza featured quite a lot in pre-season.
Okay.
And did quite well in pre-season. And we did even talk about him being captain.
Yeah.
So I think Hamza Chowdhury is worth a shout. I would give him some game time.
No, I agree.
and see what he would want, and then Koulibaly maybe. Again, I'm for like let's win this, but Koulibaly, I've seen bits of him that looked okay, and he should be able to handle a game against Huddersfield.
No, I agree.
So I would go for that.
Yeah, I'm going to completely agree with you.
Blimey, I don't like this if we're agreeing.
Well, I think
carry on.
I put Hamza in to play against Sheffield Wednesday because I think he had a good pre-season, and he's probably done quite well in that right back.
Yeah,
role.
I would think he was disappointed not to get in. I would think he thought he might be in for a shout against
someone like JJ, who was saying that he was linked away and didn't get too much game time. I would have thought Hamza was that first choice.
I thought JJ did all right. I've seen a few fans say he
right.
wasn't great, but I thought he did all right.
I think he did all right, but again, I think the link up with Hamza and Fatawu in that pre-season game versus Fiorentina, I think was quite good. So I thought, why not put him back in? And then on the left-hand side, I think Luke Thomas probably needed, I wouldn't say give him a rest, but someone like that, you need to keep making sure he's ready to go into the next season game. So I'm going to put Koulibaly in. Again, there's maybe a shout for some other players, but maybe Koulibaly does fit into that team because he's not going to get much game time this season, I don't think.
I see a few fans gave JJ a bit of a torrid time certainly in that first half.
Yeah.
I think they're still learning how Cifuentes wants them to play. JJ was kind of they'd play this switching almost a triangle where the fullback is going ahead. I was listening to an interview with Luke Thomas and how he's being told he almost ends up in the number 8, number 10 position, and JJ was the same.
Yeah, JJ was in that
watching that first half, and we were like, you were saying, JJ, what are you doing?
Because I don't think he got into positions he needed to be in that. But the second half he did.
That triangle where the fullback almost ends up as an inside right, a number, a right-sided number 10. This is part of it.
Yeah, I agree. Some people saying about striker. We'll talk about that when we get.
We'll get on to Daka. We will get on to Daka because I think that's probably one of the key bits tonight.
It is, yeah.
To see if Daka is going to play.
Yeah, Stephen says afternoon, and Roger says about Daka as well. But we'll get that when we get to the forward line.
Just give Logan Coles is asking. Anybody got two adult tickets for tonight? If anybody can help Logan Coles out, get in touch with him. Look at his Facebook profile. No, he's on Twitter actually. There. Logan, tell us what your @ is at Twitter and we'll see if we can help you out, mate.
Yeah.
Okay?
There you go.
Next
So next up, we've got centre-backs. Obviously, we'll go back to your team. Centre-backs, then, are you changing up? Because, again, Vestergaard, I think, had a decent game against Sheffield Wednesday. Ockley, probably not as good. I don't know what your thoughts on Ockley were in the last game.
Well, I think I would stick between... I mean, this is where you could say chuck Ben Nelson in and give him a run out. I mean, again, I'd probably put Ben Nelson in.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of chatter about Ben Nelson did really well and he's going to be chances in a competitive game. So go for. He needs somebody with experience next to him. And I would probably give that to FaZe.
Okay. FaZe.
Or Vestergaard, but I'll probably just go FaZe.
Yeah.
I think the reality is that they might pick Vestergaard to FaZe. I don't know. FaZe and Nelson. Let's go with that.
No, that's fair. I've gone 50-50 with you. I'm going putting in Nelson.
I know you are, because you think, and I understand, you think he's the next Franz Beckenbauer.
No, I just
Tell me you know who Franz Beckenbauer is.
I know who he is. He's German, yes. I know who he is. Ben Nelson, for me, I think he needs to get a bit of game time just to see if he can prove himself. This game, again, is another one where he's against the League One side. He should be good enough for it. I don't think you need to play your best 2 centre-backs or a 2 that you think probably needs to start. But Ben Nelson, for me, gets in that team. And then because of the performance he had against Sheffield Wednesday, I'm going to put Vestergaard in again because I think he needs to keep going with how he's playing. I know I'm saying about chopping a few other players.
I think you need experience in there. I put FaZe in because he only played 25 minutes. Vestergaard would make more sense because I think he's a steadier centre-back.
Yeah,
I think if you put Ockley and Nelson is perhaps too inexperienced.
If Vestergaard is maybe Cifuentes' first choice, considering he's played in the last 2 games against Fiorentina and Sheffield Wednesday, maybe FaZe does play because, again, he only got 20 minutes and then Vestergaard's fit and ready for the next game. But I think continuous form of maybe a good back line, someone like Vestergaard needs to be in that team. And maybe get a bit of confidence, keep going and going until the next game as well against Preston. So for me, that's my back line. Going into midfield then, Phil, your two centre mids or kind of one attacking kind of minded midfielder as well. Who are you picking? You did see Skip, who a lot of fans said he didn't have the best of games. Soumare, I know you don't probably rate as much, but anyone else you're picking, or have you any
who else have we got in there? Skip, Soumare, Winks,
Ricardo,
Alves. Whereabouts would we put Alves?
Alves is probably more attacking. Alves is probably more of an attacking mid player.
Who did you say? Ricardo.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
fit.
Is he fit for tonight?
Back on training,
yeah, but I'm not sure. I think it'd be silly to chuck him in. He's a bit like he's a delicate player at the moment, isn't he, Ricardo? And we'd like to see him probably back in a match day first team again in the league. So,
or maybe he's back for Preston.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't chuck him straight in there, but I think
you haven't got much choice now, have you?
There isn't.
Now we've lost Ndidi as well.
Yeah, there isn't lots of choice there, I don't think. And I'm kind of into Winks had half a game, so he's probably got a lot left in the tank. He'll probably play on Saturday. So I'd probably put Winks in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, again, if anybody's watching wants to put a comment in who they'd put in, let us know. But I'd probably... You see, do you think Winks and Skip are too similar? I don't see Skip at all in the Winks mould. I actually think Winks and Skip.
I think it's either one or the other. I don't think you can play both, and that's where for me.
But Skip doesn't play at all like Winks.
No, but I think they just clash too much when they are playing together. I think they're trying to do both the same sort of role, but I get more Skip's more of maybe box to box sort of player, but I think they get into each other's way more. And I think this is where someone like Winks and Soumare or Skip and Soumare probably works better because they're a bit different style.
I'm not a biggest fan of Soumare.
I know you're not, but again, if you really wanted to,
we got no other choice. We got no other choice.
Chowdhury could go there, and you play someone else in right back. But...
Yeah, but he's not been playing Chowdhury there. I don't think he'll do that, and I don't think he'll particularly change formations. I'm a bit stuck there because
you have got the likes of Louis Page.
Yeah, there's some of the youngsters. Maybe they'd be given a go, but that's what I was saying about Alves. I thought Alves was a bit more central, but you think he's a bit more plays up on a bit of the wing.
Role,
Do you reckon? All right then. I'm going to say Skip mostly because
you don't want to pick Soumare.
I don't want to pick Soumare, but
and you don't want to be watching him tonight, do you? You should be moaning at him all the time. Going into my team then. I do agree with one of your players again. I'm going to go Winks. I think if we're going to go up this season, after seeing that second half against Sheffield Wednesday, for me, no doubt about it, Winks gets into that team. Other player, I am putting Ricardo in because I think he needs game time now. He's back.
If he's fit. I guess
I wouldn't start him against Preston. That's why I'm putting him in this sort of game to get a bit of fitness going and a bit more game time ready for maybe 2 weeks' time when he can fully go in. To a game.
Maybe Stevens says Alves. I thought Alves could play in this central role. I just haven't seen much of him, Stevens, so it's hard to judge. I thought this is where Will Alves was meant to be, this central midfielder, box to box. I thought he was like a sort of Andy King type of up and down.
But when we played Sheffield Wednesday, the skip role where I put Ricardo now was more kind of advanced. So Alves could do that job, but that means that Winks will be more.
Well, I think that's where Winks plays anyway.
He can do that.
Winks and Vestergaard were kind of playing. Winks and Vestergaard were kind of playing as a bit of a pair, weren't they?
No, I get you, and maybe Alves does go there, but again, I think you've got to have some sort of experience there.
Go back to mine. I'm gonna switch out Skip, and I'm gonna put Alves in there.
Okay, that's fine.
I might be wrong. I don't watch them day in day out training. And the thing is with Alves is there's been a lot of talk of him for 3 or 4 years now. I know he had his big injury, but it's kind of like you've not seen much of him not a lot in pre-season. He's kind of slipped off the radar maybe for fans. So
no, I agree. Again, I'm not on the hype of someone like Alves, whereas I am the hype of Monga because I think within the last kind of year you've seen, I don't know, from not being that great to wow, he looks very promising.
Go on,
I don't think Alves is really.
Go on then, stick Monga in because we're both going to pick him.
So you go which way you go? Which side are you going though?
Well, whichever side he wants to play on.
Or which side are you? Yeah, but it depends who you're picking on. Who will win.
Well, put him in on the no. Well, he prefers the left,
the
doesn't
left,
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So stick him on the left.
I don't know if he's going to be on this game. No, he's not. So we'll just put Monge. There you go.
Okay.
We had to do that last time as well. So Monger's on the wing.
How can he be in a squad for the Championship and not be on this system anyway? So are you going for him as well?
I am. Oh no, wrong one. There you go. I am going to go Monga just because I think Mavdi didn't have the best of the games before. So Monga goes in, and then on my right, I think there's two choices, and I think the right choice would be Casey McAteer and give Fatawi a bit of a break.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you.
I'm gonna go Casey. As much as I want to see Fatawi tonight, I'm going McAteer.
Yeah, no, I think.
But then this is where the backup kind of does work.
Fatawa has he looks one of the most promising people for us this season, and he's just had a massive injury, and he's come back and played against Fiorentina. He's just played against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
You got to give him a bit of time. It's early in the season. For me, I would put.
You're going to McAteer,
yeah, I would. Because again, with McAteer,
he's not the worst player.
Don't forget, McAteer, we turned down, was it 8, 10, 13 million from Sunderland last year from him? And then so if we didn't take that bid, it's kind of like, well, let's see him play there a little bit. Just Stephen Price is saying, Alves is a KDH King kind of player. That was my understanding, really, of what he was. He was
maybe
Andy
more
King
of a box to box
player.
role where he keeps going back.
You say Samari's box to box. I'd say Samari's a 40-yard play, and I'm not being horrible to him. I see him going forward for 40 meters with the ball and doing all right, but don't see that 80 meters, which is box to box. I don't see him getting back enough.
No, fair enough.
I don't think he had a bad game on Sunday. No. I just didn't notice him.
No, I get
which sometimes is not a bad thing. But
someone like Alves might need some more games on to see what.
Well, we've got to see if he's any good. There's still 3 weeks left of the window, and some of these players could go. McAteer, Alves, they could be loaned out. They could be sold.
No, yeah.
Because we've got 33 people in that squad, which is Cifuentes has said he doesn't want that many players in the squad.
No,
because it's too many.
But to have someone like McAteer as cover for Fatawu, I think a decent replacement. I don't think he's anywhere near the level. But
if you're McAteer, he sort of broke into the team 2.5, 3 years ago, didn't he? And then he's really drifted. I think he'd be perhaps thinking his career stalled a bit in that last 2 years.
Well, when the Premier League, he probably didn't get anywhere near the team in a way. He got obviously in the end of the season, he got put in because he was an actual winger. We weren't playing with actual wingers, but again, McAteer for me in this sort of game is probably perfect for it. Go on then. You're a central attacking mid. Obviously, there's been very much high links at the moment to El Khanous leaving. We've seen other players in other teams and other clubs not being featured because of this sort of thing.
Well, what's your pick here? El Khanous or who?
Unless you put Mabadidi in that role. I think that is literally it.
You're saying that's
or you play AU there and you play Mr.
Well, you could play Ayu and you could play Daka, which actually
he probably played more than 10
against Sheffield Wednesday. Actually, I quite liked it because Ayu dropped back a little bit and played like a. Well, what was he sort of playing when Daka came on? Like a false 9?
Yeah, he was playing like a centre forward.
It wasn't a 2 up top though, was it? But
AU played in the 10.
Yeah,
I think Bilal was staying. I think Bilal was on the pitch, didn't he? But
I thought that looked quite good, albeit it was against 10 men. I think for me, to answer the question, I think you've got to put El Khanous in there.
Okay. It's just because we've seen like rumours around even at other clubs where when certain players are linked to going, they don't feature in the team. But again, while he's still here,
it's a shop window either way, isn't it?
Yeah, while he's still here, you play him.
So
and
would you?
I would probably agree. Again, I don't think you've got other choices other than AU, but it all depends if you want to start with Daka or whatever, isn't it? So,
unless you push, like you say, you could push Alves up into that El Khanous, and like on your team, you could have had Alves in there.
Yes, could have done, yeah.
Instead of El Khanous.
Yeah, I don't think Alves done too well at Cardiff last season, did he?
Who?
Alves.
Do too well?
He didn't do that great at Cardiff,
well, I think he did okay. He did okay, but they got relegated, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it was a tough season.
Scott did mention here Aluko playing today. And this is another, I think, right back / centre back
Yeah,
that we've been featuring in pre-season.
There was quite a few of the young lads. I'm not up to speed on them. Somebody else has mentioned about Golding as well, who we signed for 5 million.
Okay.
5 million. Yeah, Scott says that. But again, he's barely featured in pre-season.
He played a few.
But not
too much game time, though.
No.
Do you know what? There's a chance that someone like Golding would play in that Canoes run.
Yeah. Well, Cifuentes will want to see some of the players who've not been picked.
But I think you said in your video.
I think maybe both our teams are a bit too strong. Maybe
this is where I've said that. Yeah. I think you said on your video earlier that you want a team that's going to be consistent because you want to obviously have wins and wins and wins. But you
could take Alcanus out, put Alves in there for sure.
I could, but I don't want to.
I mean, Stephen Price. Here we go. This for me is the biggest debate tonight. Stephen Price says Daka up top, and then Chris Smith says Daka having enough. I am actually going to put Daka in my team for multiple reasons. One reason is if he's staying at Leicester, he's got to get game time. He's got to get some goals in.
Not just that, but if he's going, you want to see how well he can perform.
If he is going,
you want to see how well he can perform.
If he does go, I've said my bit, then if he doesn't play tonight, it makes me think he might go.
Yes.
Because surely you can't keep playing. We've got one striker at the moment. Well, we've got one striker.
Have we?
Well, yeah, that's
Ayew. Our other striker.
Yeah, well, exactly. So you don't want to get Ayew injured at the moment. I mean, there is Jake Evans, so I think he'll certainly come on. But for me, this makes sense that it's going to be Daka playing tonight.
Well, Scott did say Evans didn't play last night for the youngsters.
And it might be Evans. Again, why not? Why not? But I'm kind of like...
He needs to be in the shop window, don't he? And you need to see what Daka can actually do. And then again, if you play him, he might show that he's absolutely useless again. So.
Again, yeah. I'm glad you added the word again.
I'm just saying that if he plays and gets nothing, then he might not get a sale.
He missed that. I'm going to call it a sitter on Saturday. You wouldn't call that a sitter. Well, how far out was he?
Because we thought it was Monga, and then you would have said, it's fine.
No, initially, we were right at the wrong end, and we thought it was Monga. And we said straight away, we went Monga. He's got to score them. I know he's a young lad. He's got to take, but that will come. That's experience. And then about 10 seconds later, you went, oh no, it was Daka. And then we went, oh, enough said. That's why we missed.
No, fair enough. I have put Daka in myself as well. I think there's a chance Jake Evans gets in there, especially with him not playing last night with the youngsters. But
I think he'll get a lot. I think because you're allowed 58 subs tonight, aren't you? So
are we allowed?
It's not really 58, but you're allowed quite a few.
Okay.
So I would imagine. I mean, again, the other way of playing this game is you start with your weaker side, in inverted commas, and then you bring players on. I always think play with a stronger starting 11, get 2 up.
But then if you struggle to get yourself up in the game.
Yeah, we did. Who did we play? Was it last year or the year before? Early on in the league, and we took a reasonably strong side, Walsall away. When did we play them? Was that in the year? Was that this time last year?
Yeah, because people are saying that Ricardo played badly out of that game.
Yeah, but we took a reasonably good team to start with, and we struggled. We won on penalties, didn't we?
Yeah.
But I know, but normally you just think.
No,
I mean, both your side. That's your side, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's close enough.
So I guess people can let us know in the comments if they think Reedy's team's more likely or mine.
Yeah. So the difference is I've got Vestergaard in my team from the last game, whereas you changed to FaZe, who obviously had 20 minutes and scored the goal.
FaZe Alves.
Yeah. You've got Alves and I've got Ricardo because I think he needs more game time. And then you chose the rest the same. I think it's the same.
Yeah, we've gone quite similar.
Again, I think you need a strongest
Begovic,
team.
you've gone for.
Yes, Begovic. I think you need a strongest team to get tonight. I think the lineup I've picked and the lineup I've obviously put on there, like I said, I think that's capable of winning it easily.
Keith says that he thinks Alves is better as a wing, which is what you said. I'd say more of an attacking role in the attacking minded midfielder, but again, we haven't seen him for Leicester particularly, have we? He's made a couple of performances.
But he's not really done anything to surprise us.
Like you say, Alves, Braybrook, 2 or 3 of them. I think even McAteer played like 2.5 years ago when we played away at We played away at somewhere. I'm not going to say
McAteer
Newport. It
scored-
was somewhere like Southend or
No, McAteer
in the
scored
cup.
2 goals against.
Colchester away in the
No.
cup or something. It was back in January, February. We didn't have a great game.
Rotherham.
No,
McAteer
that's not the one I'm thinking.
No,
of.
but it was in the league, and McAteer scored 2
Yeah.
goals in that one.
I'm thinking of a cup game where we played quite a lot of youngsters. It was really, really windy, little ground, somewhere away. No, it wasn't Walsall. And we didn't have a great game.
Are you talking about the one where we actually lost?
No, not one of the ones we lost.
I remember that one where I didn't go to it, but I know we lost 1-0 to a team outside.
I mean,
Tranmere or something.
Chris says, why pick Daka?
I think
Because he's our second striker.
AU had an average game for me, but a lot of fans said he was decent against Sheffield Wednesday, and I probably
Certainly
would say
second half.
I think on edge, I'd probably say he had a better game than a bad game. I think that someone like Daka,
he won our man of the match poll on Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah.
I would have gave it to Winks, but
Yeah, no, Winks came second, but we had a few hundred votes, and and I think IU got 50-odd%.
So again, if we're
relying
at the moment on AU being our main man, obviously we are giving him number 9.
That's why I'd rest him tonight.
I'd say give him a rest and make sure he's fully fit, ready to go against.
Yeah.
And his age as well. You don't want him being out there for 3 times in a week, playing out and whatnot. So for me, Daka starts, and again, it could be Evans. Like I say, there's every chance it could be Evans. And we might see more youngsters. Again, Louis Page has been rumoured to be looking like he's going to get close to the team.
It wouldn't hurt.
Aluko again, another player that could manage into the team.
I mean, that's your team at the moment. Winks, Vestergaard definitely could be rested.
Yes.
You know, El Canouse. You wouldn't want You see, the thing with El Canouse is whether he's staying at Leicester or we're selling him, you don't want to get him injured. If you played him tonight against Huddersfield, when you think you're going to get 30 million quid for him from his release calls. Yeah, we keep saying rumours coming in that, what was that, Newcastle
pulled out on the race for Lau, could be true, cause they're going Ramsey. Yeah, they are getting thingy Ramsey from Villa, but we have heard links that other clubs are interested in him more now, like Leeds and whatnot. But again,
well, some of them were interested.
Until it happens, we might. It's in the shop window, so we might as well keep using it.
But he's a big valuable asset. You might not want to risk him against Huddersfield.
And that's why I said
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play.
And this is where I've said that he might not even be featured, because all the rumours around him could mean that he is going. Again, Isaac for Newcastle didn't feature in their last game because of all the speculation.
Well, no, because they want to sell him for 150 million quid.
You're not going to get him injured.
If he does what Fatwa did last year and has a big injury, then
when you're 50 million down the drain.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, I get you. But there you go. There's 2 teams, guys. Make sure to check them out again. Who do you think's team has probably got more chance? Again, there's not much difference. I think we have switched a lot of team players out for the cup game. I think they're both still very possible to win the game, surely.
We agreed on quite a lot, Reedy.
No, I know. I'm saying that we've only got a few changes, and we've changed a lot from the game against Sheffield Wednesday. I think again, both fullbacks, one centre back, a few midfielders, both wingers. Again, I think that it's definitely possible to win, isn't it? With the team
for sure. I 100% expect us to win. I know it's a cup, but I would be, I don't want to get cocky over it. We should win there tonight. I would say 90%. I'm probably, I am more confident about this than the Sheffield Wednesday game. Yes. This should be easier. We're effectively Premier League players, a lot of them, and up and rising players against a League One side.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
Anyway,
last question, score prediction.
I don't think it'll be a rollover. I'll go 2-1 Leicester.
Okay, I want to go 3-1.
I still think, and I've not seen much of us under Cifuentes, but I still think we can let a goal in.
Yes.
I don't think we're rock solid.
I don't think this is the thing now where I think with someone like Cifuentes compared to Enzo is I think we're going to score more goals under Cifuentes, but we're going to concede more as well. Yeah.
Well,
because it's about you're going to be more attacking, you're going to concede more.
I don't mind that. It's entertaining.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And then the last comment of the day says any rumours on Daka transfer. I think the only rumour we got was Valencia have been talking to him, but nothing concrete.
Do they not watch the Premier League or anything like that? Valencia or YouTube? Perhaps they don't. Perhaps their Sky signal's down over there.
Maybe just like Zambian players.
Anyway.
There you go. Appreciate you all coming on, guys, and we'll catch you all Next time, we'll be doing obviously the Fox's Focus show tomorrow with Simon and Jono, and then on Sunday after the game, we'll be doing the aftermath show with me talking post match about the game. Appreciate you all coming on, and we'll catch you all on the next show. See you in a bit, guys.